Friends, as we saw in the previous episode, what an incredible game Fan played. First, by becoming Fan E, he made Wang Chao dance on his fingers and forced him to transfer the full 2 billion out of sheer fear. Once the money was in his hands, Fan revealed his true face and completely shattered Wang Chao's mind. Before Wang Chao could even understand what was happening, Fan burned him to ashes. And right there, Fan used Wang Chao's phone to trap his father, Wang Gong, in a deadly setup. In the next episode, we see the opening scene in the hospital, where Fan stands beside the bed and asks Su Shui, "Hey, my wife, have you regained consciousness?" Hearing Fan's voice, Su Shui slowly opens her eyes. Seeing her awake, Fan lets out a sigh of relief and immediately moves forward, hugging her as he says, "Thank God you're okay." Hearing this, Shui looks at him in surprise and softly says, "Xiao Fan." Then, as she looks at Fan, she thinks to herself, "All right, it was Xiao Fan who saved me that time. He looked so handsome back then." Just then, Fan gently holds her face in his hands and explains lovingly, "The doctor said you were just exhausted. Shui, after some rest, we'll be able to go home soon." But hearing this, Shui says sadly, "I can't go home right now." Then she reassures Fan, "Once I get everything settled, I promise I'll come back soon and spend time with you." Okay. Just then, her phone suddenly gets a notification. As soon as she looks at the screen, she panics and shouts, "What? Our formula has been leaked. The rival group has launched a new drug today. How is this even possible?" At the same time, Xiahao enters the room and says, "We've received the news too. It's a live broadcast, look." On the phone screen, we see Li Yunyang announcing, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is a beauty-enhancing pill that our league group has developed through years of research and development. Take it for 1 month, and you'll see instant results." Seeing this, Shui gets furious and says, "Shameless bastards. This is clearly the hard work of our Su group." Upset, she continues, "For so many years, our Su group invested almost all our resources into developing this formula. Our entire group depended on it to turn things around." Hearing this, Xiahao seriously explains the situation. Recently, many partners have ended their cooperation with Su Group. Without a flagship product to break this deadlock, Su Group may not survive for long. After hearing all this, Shui wipes away her tears and stands up with firm determination. She says while leaving, "President Xiao, I need to return to the company immediately. Please take care of Xiao Fan for me." From behind, Yi Fan calls out, "Wife, Yi Shui," but she doesn't stop. After Yi Shui leaves, Yi Fan remains standing there and says with a smile, "Is this really just an ordinary beauty-enhancing pill formula? You should have told me earlier." He says confidently, "I can come up with any formula just using my brain, and that alone would be enough to shock the entire world, right?" Hearing this, Xiaohao looks slightly worried and questions Yi Fan. "But Miss Su, how can she trust something you just created so casually?" Yi Fan agrees and says, "You're right. For now, in other people's eyes, I'm just a fool." Just then, a spark flashes in Yi Fan's eyes, as if he has an idea, and he says, "Oh, right." He immediately reminds Xiao Hao, "Didn't Yiling Long say she would invite Dr. Lu Yinxue from the Great Xiao Medical Center to treat me? Wouldn't Lu Yinxue's name be the ultimate golden endorsement?" Xiao Hao asks suspiciously, "Will Lu Yinxue really listen to you?" Yi Fan smiles confidently and replies, "There won't be any problem." While they're talking, Yi Fan's phone suddenly rings. He looks at the screen, slightly surprised. As soon as he answers, he hears crying from the other side. Wan Yufei sobs and says, "Brother Fan, I know I wronged you, but can you help me just once?" Seeing her condition, Yi Fan thinks to himself, "Why is Yufei crying so badly?" He immediately turns serious and says into the phone, "Ex-wife, what happened? Who troubled you? I'll help you teach them a lesson." Tears stream down Wan Yufei's face as she emotionally says, "Brother Fan, only you have ever truly been good to me." She continues, "Brother Fan, my second uncle is forcing me to marry Lu Nanyang. The engagement banquet is tonight. I'm begging you, please save me." Hearing Lu Nanyang's name, Yi Fan's anger flares up. He thinks, Lu Nanyang again? That Lu family wasn't satisfied after destroying the Su family and this family? Now he wants to force Yufei into marriage too. Yi Fan immediately makes a decision and says on the phone, "Ex-wife, come pick me up. I'll help you teach him a lesson." The scene changes and we see the outside of a building. Yi Fan and Yufei are standing downstairs. Looking at Yi Fan, Yufei softly says, "Brother Fan." Then she explains, "I know you're still angry with me, but it was my second uncle who forced me to break off the engagement that day. If we didn't get money for my dad's treatment, he could have died any time. I had no choice." Hearing this, Fan recalls the past and understands the situation. Actually, 5 years ago, right after Fan's car accident, Yufei's father also had a car accident and became a vegetative patient. Then her second uncle took advantage of the situation, seized control of the group, and took over all the finances, leaving Yufei with no option but to submit. Crying, Yufei pours her heart out. "Brother Fan, you're the only person I've ever truly loved. Otherwise, I wouldn't have stayed faithful to you for 5 years." Fan looks at her and thinks, although she feels completely helpless this time, "I'm here for an even more important purpose. So I'll go along with this game." Just then, a voice comes from inside. A man shouts, "Looks like the bride has arrived. Young Masterly, come out quickly and welcome them." Hearing this, Yufei becomes scared. But Fan, on the other hand, thinks excitedly, the real show is about to begin. On the other side, people surround Lu Nanyang and congratulate him. "Congratulations, young Masterly. Your long-held wish has finally come true. I heard the Lu family patriarch from the provincial capital plans to make you his godson. Career and love life, both are set at the same time." Holding a bouquet arrogantly, Lu Nanyang says, "That's right. Su Yufei will have no choice left except to come to my bed." Inside, he's weaving a deep conspiracy. "Once I control the powerful force behind her mother, what standing will the Lu family of the provincial capital even have left?" Just then, Su Yufei's voice rings out. "Nanyang, I need to talk to you." Looking at her, Lu Nanyang thinks with filthy intent, "Tonight, those beautiful legs and the power behind them will all be mine." But the moment he sees who Yufei is with, he is utterly shocked and shouts, "Fan, what is all this? Why did you bring this idiot here?" At the same time, Wang Fuguei arrives. Hearing Lu Nanyang's words, he steps forward angrily and threatens him. "Lu Nanyang, how dare you talk to my brother like that?" Pointing a finger sternly, he warns, "My brother's name is Fan. Call him young master, or brother Fan. If I hear you call him an idiot again, I won't hesitate to slap you." Lu Nanyang laughs mockingly. "You still think he's the young master of that family? That family is already finished." He spews venom. That old man and this idiot will soon be meeting their dead relatives. Hearing this, Wang Fuguei loses his patience and steps forward, slapping Lu Nanyang hard across the face. Lu Nanyang falls to the ground, clutching his cheek, and screams in rage, "Wang Fuguei, you're courting death. Guards!" But Wang Fuguei looks down at him disdainfully and says, "Trash like you doesn't even have a drop of martial energy. You think I'm afraid of you?" Just then, Xiaohao steps in to calm things down. "Young Masterly, please calm down. Violence doesn't suit such a happy occasion." Lu Nanyang looks around and thinks, the Xia family from the provincial capital and Lord Hu are both here. Was all this Su Yufei's plan? How did she manage to get connected with such powerful people? Su Yufei firmly says, "Enough nonsense. Guests are present on both sides. Let's go inside and resolve this properly." Lu Nanyang glares at her and threatens under his breath, "You'd better think carefully about what you're doing." Just then, an announcement comes from the crowd. The couple is entering. Everyone looks on in shock. One person says, "Wasn't this supposed to be Su Yufei and Lu Nanyang's engagement banquet? Why is that idiot from the family coming in?" Another says, "She's openly betraying Lu Nanyang in front of everyone. The Li family's reputation is completely ruined." Someone else says mockingly, "This is getting interesting. Both the Su and Li families are about to become laughingstocks." Seeing this scene, Lu Nanyang's father gets furious and asks Sujinka, "Sujinka, what does all this mean? Didn't you say you had everything under control?" Sujinka, shocked, replies, "I honestly had no idea about this." Furious, Sujinka goes up to Yufei and shouts, "Yufei, what are you doing? Apologize to young Masterly immediately. Tell him you were just being childish." But there's an unusual calm and determination in Yufei's eyes. She turns around, holds Fan's hand, and addresses the entire crowd. "Today I, Su Yufei, want to make an announcement in front of everyone." Then she loudly declares, "I want everyone to know that canceling my engagement with Brother Yi was entirely my second uncle's decision. I never agreed to it." Raising Fan's hand, she continues, "Brother Fan and I grew up together, and we've been engaged since childhood. That's why my husband will always be Brother Fan. I hope all of you will give us your blessings." Hearing this, Fan feels a little strange inside and thinks to himself, if she had shown even half of this determination on the day of the funeral, she wouldn't be in such a pitiful state today. But the moment he hears this, Lee Yunyang's anger explodes. He roars inside his head, "Blessings! How dare you stand with another man at our engagement banquet and ask for blessings?" Hearing Yufei's announcement, the guests present are completely stunned and begin whispering among themselves. This is madness. First she broke off the engagement, and now she's saying she was forced. There must be some serious internal problem in the Shan family. Some people even start doubting. I'm starting to think that the car accident of the Shan family's eldest son might not have been an accident at all. People mock the Lee family, saying, the engagement is theirs, but the bride is standing with someone else. How humiliating. Hearing all this, Lee Yunyang's father storms forward angrily and lashes out at Shan Jinghua. Shan Jinghua, has your family come here to put on circus? Give me a proper explanation right now, or this won't end here. Seeing trouble coming his way, Shan Jinghua panics and pleads, "Brotherly, please calm down. This must be some misunderstanding." Then he turns around and yells angrily at Yufei. "Yufei, do you even realize what you're doing? This path will lead you to ruin." But Yufei doesn't back down after hearing her uncle's threat. She fires back. "I made this decision after thinking it through very carefully. Being forced by you to marry this animal disguised as a man, Lee Yunyang, that would have been my real ruin." She steps closer to Fan and announces to everyone, "I brought Brother Fan here today, so everyone can know that even if Brother Fan stays foolish his entire life, I will always stay by his side and love him." Hearing Yufei's emotional words, Fan doesn't feel touched. Instead, he grows suspicious and thinks, so this was her real plan. She wants to use me as a scapegoat to escape the consequences, and now she's trying to repair our relationship. It's already too late. Meanwhile, whatever little dignity Lee Yunyang had left is completely shattered. He explodes in rage. "You shameless woman! You two adult lovers dare to flaunt your affection in front of everyone." He orders his guards, "Attack them. If I don't teach you a lesson today, how will the Lee family ever hold its head high in this city?" He glares at Yufei and says, "Shan Yufei, I treated you so well, yet you still want to stay with this idiot?" The moment he calls Fan an idiot, Wang Fuguwei completely loses control. He steps forward and punches Lee Yunyang hard, sending him flying backward. Seeing Lee Yunyang fall to the ground, Wang Fuguwei points at him furiously and says, "I warned you. If you ever call my brother an idiot again, I'll hit you every single time and teach you a lesson you'll never forget." Lee Yunyang, in pain and rage, can't even speak properly. Wang Fu. Seeing this, Lee Yunyang's father turns red with anger, rushes forward, and shouts, "Wang Fuguwei, even your father shows me respect. How dare you lay a hand on my son?" He immediately orders his guards, "Guards, teach this brat a proper lesson." Seeing so many guards advancing, Fan grows worried and thinks, there are too many martial artists here. Fuguwei alone might not be able to handle all of them. But before the fight can begin, Lord Li Hu steps in to stop things and says, "Why are you all shouting? Have you forgotten how to talk like civilized people?" Hearing this, Lee Yunyang's father snaps in shock and anger. "Civilized? You, the most uncivilized one, are talking about civility." In response, Li Hu's men pull out machine guns and point them at the father and son. Li Hu then threatens coldly, "Below the Grandmaster realm, I decide who I want to be civilized with." Seeing Li Hu's power, Lee Yunyang's father starts sweating profusely and finally backs down. "Fine, you win this time." Once things calm down, Li Hu says to Fan, "Young Master Yi, let's go back." Seeing this, Yufei secretly breathes a sigh of relief and thinks, even after becoming an idiot, Brother Fan still managed to gather such powerful backing. Looks like I didn't misjudge him. But suddenly, from behind, Shan Jinghua grabs Yufei's hand and stops her. He shouts and pulls out his phone, showing her the screen. On it, one of his men is visible. "With one signal from here, your father will be finished." He adds coldly, "Before making your final decision, go see your father's condition in the hospital." Seeing her father on the screen, Yufei panics and asks, "Second uncle, what are you trying to do?" The uncle laughs sinisterly and says, "You forced my hand. Don't worry, this is just a mild poison that will ensure your father never regains consciousness. If you can watch him die, then go ahead and be with this idiot." Yufei screams through her tears, "Shan Jinghua, he's your elder brother." The uncle snaps back, "So what? Why did the old man give the company to him? Why should the eldest son always control the Shan group? Today, it's finally my turn. Then he tells Yufei, I'll give you 10 seconds to think. Take back your words and quietly marry young Master Li. Otherwise. Hearing this, Yufei angrily shouts, You despicable. But inside, she completely breaks down and thinks, I thought I could finally be with Brother Fan. Helplessly, she turns toward Fan. Brother Fan. Fan silently asks himself, Yufei, what will you choose? Just then, Li Yunyang jumps in mockingly and sneers. Fan, you brainless fool. You still have delusions about being with Yufei? Keep dreaming. Seeing Yufei distressed, Fan asks, Yufei, what happened? Li Yunyang seizes the opportunity and thinks, This idiot can't beat me. From this distance, even Wang Fugue won't be able to save him. He suddenly attacks. Today I'll knock some sense into you. But Yufei rushes forward, shielding Fan, and shouts, Li Yunyang, don't you dare touch my brother Fan. Seeing this, Fan falls completely silent. As Yufei steps forward, Li Yunyang becomes even angrier and yells, Why wouldn't I dare? This idiot ruined my engagement banquet. He has to pay the price. He continues, Perfect timing. I needed an excuse to deal with this family anyway. Sensing Li Yunyang's intentions, Fan confirms inwardly, Just as I thought. This man has truly been targeting the Yi family. Seeing Li Yunyang's arrogance, Wang Fugue, Sha Hao, and Li Hu all flare up in anger and shout, How dare you? They are just about to step forward when he stops them with a look and thinks to himself, Don't interfere. I'll handle this myself. Seeing this, Xiao also understands. Meanwhile, Yifan has already made up his mind. Now is the time to give the Li family and their backers a solid warning. Just then, Li Yunyang lunges at Yifan and mocks him. Idiot, stop hiding behind a woman like a coward. I'll send you to meet your brothers. Hearing this, Yufei panics and screams, No, stop! But she still doesn't move aside. Instead of being scared, Yifan pretends to go crazy and says, You'll send me to my brothers? Young Master Li, you're really such a kind person. As he says this, he steps forward. From behind, Yufei screams even louder, Brother Fan, no. At the same time, Li Yunyang charges into attack. Seeing this, Wang Fugue shouts angrily, Bastard, how dare you? But Xiao stops him and says, Young Master Wang, wait. Amid all this chaos, Li Yunyang yells die and attacks Yifan. But Yifan dodges first. In the very next moment, he grabs Li Yunyang's arm and asks calmly, Young Master Li, are you helping me kill a mosquito? But I don't see any mosquito on my face. In the blink of an eye, Yifan swiftly inserts a needle into Li Yunyang's arm and activates the technique, Mysterious Flame Corrosion. Struck by sudden pain, Li Yunyang staggers back and screams in panic. What happened? Damn it. What did you do to me? Seeing his condition, Yifan pretends to be innocent and says, I didn't do anything. Did mosquito bite you? Clutching his arm in pain, Li Yunyang groans, Why are you pretending? My arm. But then he becomes confused himself and thinks, How is this possible? I clearly felt like my arm was about to break. Yifan had already inserted the needle into Li Yunyang's arm without anyone noticing. He smiles to himself and thinks, This isn't just a broken arm. My silver needles carry martial energy and the poison of the mysterious flame. By now, his meridians and internal organs must already be damaged. Driven mad by pain, Li Yunyang points at Yifan and screams, It was you. It was definitely you. I'll kill you. Hearing this, Yifan immediately pretends to be scared, hides behind Yufei, and says, Ex-wife, save me. I'm scared. Seeing this, Yufei angrily scolds Li Yunyang. Li Yunyang, Brother Fan, is already like this, and you're still trying to frame him? Don't you have any shame? At this moment, Li Yunyang's father steps in and says, Yunyang, stop. Today is your engagement. Don't dirty your hands. Li Yunyang tries to speak, Dad, but stops. Then his father signals to Yufei's second uncle. Getting the signal, the uncle steps forward and pressures her. Your 10 seconds are up. Decide now. Gathering her courage, Yufei refuses. I won't marry him. I believe Brother Fan will definitely help me. But the uncle cuts her off and threatens coldly. That man has already laid a trap you can't escape from. Soon, this family and his family will be finished. If you still refuse, I guarantee that tonight, 2 people from this family will die suddenly. Hearing this, Yufei is terrified. No, nothing should happen to Brother Fan because of me. She drops to her knees and breaks down crying, finally giving in. I'll marry him. I'm willing to marry him. Please don't hurt them. Seeing his victory, the uncle mocks her. See, if you had listened from the start, things would have been better. Then he orders, go and clear things up with the guests. Crying, Yufei looks at Fan and apologizes softly. Brother Fan, please forgive me. I really have no other choice. Then she pleads with Wang Fugue. Please take Brother Fan away from here. I'll ensure his safety and won't let Li Yunyang harm him. Wang Fugue asks sadly, Sister-in-law, why are you suffering so much? Yufei only replies, Go, leave now. This is just my bad luck. Brother Fan and I were never meant to be together. Hearing this, Xiao calls out, Young Master Yi. But Fan suddenly looks at Li Yunyang and says loudly, He's sick. Young Master Li is sick. He can't get a wife. Hearing this, Li Yunyang roars, You're sick. Your whole family is sick. Guards, throw them out. But Fan walks out on his own, humming cheerfully. Now, this is getting interesting. Someone's going to die. Someone's going to die. Hearing this, the uncle just shakes his head. A fool can only talk nonsense. Outside, Wang Fugue anxiously asks, Brother Fan, are we really just leaving like this? Sister-in-law looked so miserable. Xiao quietly says, Considering young Master Yi's capabilities, I think Li Yunyang's condition might be. Meanwhile, Yufei suppresses her emotions, walks onto the stage, and lies to the guests with an apology. Sorry everyone, I was drunk and lost control. Today's engagement banquet is for Li Yunyang and me. Seeing Yufei's helplessness, Wang Fugue's blood boils. He walks up to Fan and says angrily, Brother Fan, just say the word. Just give one signal. I'll turn Li Yunyang into paste and bring sister-in-law back. But instead of answering, Fan suddenly starts counting on his fingers. 3, 2. Wang Fugue doesn't understand what's happening. Then Fan says the final word. 1. As soon as the counting ends, something happens to Li Yunyang on stage, and he collapses to the ground. Seeing this, Yufei screams. Li Yunyang's father rushes onto the stage, grabs him, and shouts in panic. Yunyang, what happened? Someone hurry. Call an ambulance. At the same time, Yufei's second uncle bends down to check Li Yunyang's breathing. The next moment, he steps back in fear and announces, Why young Master Li has stopped breathing. Standing at a distance, Fan says calmly, Game over. Hearing this, Yufei whispers in her heart, Brother Fan. She looks at Fan, and Fan gives her a reassuring nod. Then Fan walks out of the banquet hall, analyzing the situation silently. Yufei's compromise today clearly shows that someone forced her, even if it was for this family's sake. He will never let the power of the Shan family fall into someone else's hands. He's thinking to himself that he can't let the Shun family's power fall into anyone else's hands. He needs to figure out a way to rescue them. Just as he's planning this, Wang Fuguai suddenly comes up from behind, grabs him firmly, and shouts, Brother Fan, are you awake? Tell me. I promise I won't tell anyone. Seeing this, Fan immediately thinks this guy has zero self-control. He quickly resumes his act, shoving Wang Fuguai slightly, and says, Brother Wang, why do you keep asking if I'm awake or not? It's daytime. I wasn't even sleeping. Then, teasingly, he adds, It's too hot here. Can you give me some space? Step back. He thinks to himself, If you cling to me, how will I rescue anyone? But Wang Fuguai isn't backing down. He grabs Fan's hand seriously and says, Brother, stop lying to me. I saw it with my own eyes. As soon as you finish counting, Li Yunyang, he's done for. Fan, without missing a beat, signals Xiaoho. Investigate Shun Yuf's father, Shun Jinghua. He gestures. Sayahu immediately understands and nods. He passes the order to Li Hu. Find out which hospital Shun Jinghua is in and his current condition. Li Hu acts immediately. Yes, sir. Watching Fan's capabilities, Li Hu goes deep into thought, analyzing mentally. A man this clever wouldn't go to such lengths for just a favor. Could it be that young Master Yi realized something early and made this plan himself? Looks like we'll have to treat young Master Yi like a living Buddha from now on. A little later, Sayahu reports, Shun Jinghua is currently in Third People's Hospital. We should head there immediately. He opens the car door for Fan. Once inside, seeing Sayahu so concerned, Wang Fuguai teases him. Old Sayahu, aren't you being a little too nice? He's my brother's ex-father-in-law. What business do you have with him? Sayahu stammers, but Fuguai interrupts, glaring, don't tell me you're eyeing my ex-sister-in-law. Control yourself, or I'll punch you. Meanwhile, Li Hu delivers a serious report. I've received news that after Li Yunyang's sudden death, the marriage alliance between the Li and Shun families has collapsed. Fearing that Shun Yuf might take control, Shun Jinghua is trying to move him somewhere else quickly. Hearing this, Wang Fuguai grows furious. The old man still hasn't learned. He still wants to use my ex-sister-in-law as leverage. Sayahu calms him, don't worry. I've already sent people to stop them. Fan smiles to himself. I knew Jinghua wouldn't give up his trump cards so easily. Now it's just a matter of who's smarter. Scene shifts to the Third People's Hospital. They arrive, but black-suited bodyguards at the door stop them and shout, Who do you think you are? No one takes Shun Jinghua from here without President Jinghua's order. Seeing this arrogance, Wang Fuguai roars, Orders? Forget your orders. How dare you disrespect my boss's father-in-law? You're inviting death. The bodyguards try to argue back. We're warning you. Without President Jinghua's consent. Before they can finish, Wang Fuguai punches one of them, calling them useless trash, and takes out the rest himself. Path cleared. He says, Brother Fan, let's go inside. Xiao, watching Wang Fuguai's power, is stunned. Even this simple-minded brute, with young master, Yi can't be underestimated. Fan rushes inside and locks the door. Outside, Wang Fuguai bangs on it, shouting in confusion, Hey, why did you lock the door? Inside, the scene is serious. On the bed lies Shun Jinghua, patriarch of the Shun family and Yuf's father. Fan checks his condition carefully and analyzes in anger. They use 17 different poisons. They've been ruthless for years. This brings back memories. I knew something was off in that car accident years ago. The injuries looked superficial, but they used a compound of 17 poisons to keep Jinghua unconscious all this time. Fan realizes the situation is extremely delicate. Even a tiny mistake during detox could have killed him. But a confident sparkle appears in his eyes. Although the inheritance from the dragon pattern pendant can't be defeated by ordinary poison, I can handle this. He draws his needle and activates his technique. 13 ghost needles converge. As the needles enter Shun Jinghua's body, their effect is immediate. The poison begins to purge from his body. Shun Jinghua groans in pain and slowly opens his eyes. Seeing Fan, he whispers, Show Fan. Fan moves forward. Uncle Shun, but before he can finish, a voice outside turns the tension up. Military operation in progress. All civilians must evacuate immediately. Anyone refusing will be shot on sight. Fan is startled. Is the military involved in all this too? The scene shifts to the hospital corridor. Major Gu Fei of University Military HQ shouts angrily. Didn't you hear me? Move immediately. Li Hu, unfazed, replies politely but firmly. Apologies, but this is a private ward. No entry without young Master Ye's permission. Gu Fei's ego is bruised. He shouts, and his soldiers ready their guns. Li Hu remains calm, giving his conditions. We won't let you in without proper documents. Gu Fei panics internally. Damn these ungrateful fools. I'm just here to intimidate people for Shun Jinghua's sake. Where would I have documents? He lies loudly. This is a top-secret military operation. Move, or else I won't be responsible. Li Hu orders his team, Brothers, ready your weapons. Let's see how brave these military guys really are. His men respond in unison. Yes, sir. Fan, outside the room, acts surprised at the soldiers. Whoa, this many soldiers? He curiously inspects a gun, asking, Hey, is this real? The soldier, annoyed, warns, Do you want to die? Step aside. Fan pretends to stumble and drop a small token from his pocket, which rolls toward the soldier. The soldier kicks it away, thinking it's a toy. He shouts in shock, Stop! What is that? Why does it look so familiar? Just then, the soldier picks it up and, looking at it closely, says, I can't say for sure, but there's a turtle tortoise engraved on it, and 4 golden stars. It must be some toy that idiot found in the trash, and he throws it into the dustbin. Seeing this, Gu Fei is stunned, and in fear he screams, No. He immediately dives and catches the token before it can fall into the dustbin. As soon as Gu Fei holds the token in his hand, he starts panting and thinks to himself, This is real. This is the command token of one of the 4 heavenly kings of the Shanwu war zone. Its power is even greater than that of a 4-star general. With this token, one can command millions of soldiers from the southeastern provinces. Seeing Gu Fei in this condition, the soldier asks in confusion, Boss, what happened to you? It's just that idiot's toy, right? But then Gu Fei is struck by a huge shock, and in terror he thinks, Wait, this token fell out of Fan's pocket. Then he looks at Fan and thinks, that idiot is actually one of the 4 heavenly kings of the Shanwu war zone. After realizing the truth, Gu Fei is drenched in sweat and immediately gives an order, kneel down right now. The soldiers don't understand and ask, Boss, why? Gu Fei then bows his head before Fan and shouts, Your subordinate from Shanwu pays respect to the heavenly king. We have made a huge mistake, and we deserve death. Hearing this from their boss, the other soldiers are also shocked. Holy, a heavenly king? He is a heavenly king. They all immediately fall to the ground and beg, Heavenly King, please forgive us. Seeing everyone suddenly kneel like this, Fan gives a small smile, pretends to be clueless, and asks, Hey, why are you all suddenly kneeling? Has it become time for New Year greetings already? There's still a lot of time for that. Get up. But Gu Fei doesn't even dare to raise his head and says, trembling, How could we dare? We failed to recognize your highness and unknowingly offended you. Please forgive us. As he speaks, he starts returning the token to Fan. Fan takes the token and, pretending to be innocent, teases, Are you really going to give this back to me? Wow, it's shining so bright. It must be extremely valuable. Then, patiently, he warns Gu Fei, You need to keep this a secret for me. Otherwise, others will come and steal my gold. Gu Fei is completely baffled, thinking, What does this mean? Is he really foolish, or is he pretending on purpose? Suddenly, Fan's expression changes. He stares at Gu Fei, dead serious. The intensity of that look sends a jolt through Gu Fei. This young master of the Yi family isn't foolish at all. He's just pretending to be. After realizing the truth, Gu Fei bows respectfully. Yes, sir. I will follow the heavenly king's orders strictly. As Fan leaves, he waves at the soldiers like a child. Goodbye, soldiers. Before going, Gu Fei gives one last warning. Young Master Yi, please be careful with Zhuang Jinghua. Fan quietly confirms to himself. So this whole incident really was orchestrated by Zhuang Jinghua. Once everyone leaves, Wang Fuguai, curious, approaches Fan. Brother Fan, is that really the heavenly king's token? It represents absolute power on the great Exai. Fan immediately hides the token and teasingly says, Are you trying to steal my gold too? Fuguai laughs. Of course not. I just wanted a quick look. Fan scolds him sharply. You don't have permission to look. Meanwhile, Zhuang Jinghua, lying on the bed, has been listening. Angry, he thinks to himself, that wretched Zhuang Jinghua. He completely ruined the relationship with this outstanding son-in-law. This won't do. Getting close to Fan is the best chance for my Yi family and Yuf's lifelong happiness. I can't let this opportunity slip. But then he remembers Fan's warning. The situation is dangerous. I have to keep pretending to be unconscious in front of Yuf. How can I endanger my daughter? Just then, Yuf's panicked voice comes from outside. How is my father's condition? Zhuang Jinghua immediately goes on high alert. Yuf asks again, How is my father? Wang Fuguai calms her. Relax, sister-in-law. My brother has already driven away the thug sent by your despicable other uncle. Tears well up in Yuf's eyes. She looks at Fan and says emotionally, "You helped me again," and, overcome with emotion, steps forward and kisses Fan on the cheek. Fan is shocked, but immediately pushes her away gently. "Shame on you. My wife Yishu forbade me from kissing other women. Since you're not my wife, no kissing." Yuf falls to the ground, heartbroken. She thinks sadly, oh, he's right. I am no longer Brother Fan's wife. My cowardice has hurt him repeatedly. I deserve this pain. I'm not worthy to be his wife. Seeing this, Wang Fuguai lifts Yuf up and says, "Sister-in-law, why are you punishing yourself like this?" Yuf stands, looking into Fan's eyes, and swears, "Brother Fan, I've wronged you so many times before. But today, I swear by the sky, I will spend the rest of my life only with you." Fan quietly thinks to himself, "Yuf," but he immediately slips back into his playful persona and refuses. "I won't accept it. You're the one who rejected me before. I already have a wife, and wifey Yaksu promised to give me a strong, noble son." Yuf is shocked, face flushed. She stammers, "But both of you." Yet instead of giving up, she becomes more desperate, grabs Fan's hand, and says, "Brother Fan, if she can do it, so can I." Fan is stunned, still thinking about how to handle the situation, when suddenly a voice booms, "Xiao Fan." Fan's heart skips a beat. Crap! Su Yeshu storms in angrily, separating Fan from Yuf, and turns her fury on Yuf. "I know exactly how you used Xiao Fan to avoid the marriage and publicly humiliated him. Xiao Fan has 7 wives who truly love him. He would never look at a shallow, despicable woman like you." Yuf tries to explain, "No, I just wanted," but Yeshu cuts her off. "I advise you to leave immediately. Sister Linglong is returning, and she won't treat you as gently as I did." Yuf nods. Then she turns to Fan. "Brother Fan, I will work hard to change your mind. I will come back to you." She walks to her father. After she leaves, Fan asks, "Linglong is coming?" Yeshu pinches his cheek to confirm. "Exactly. Sister Linglong is coming to treat you at the medical center. Once you're fully recovered, we'll see how you dare flirt with other women." She tugs his cheek, and Fan yells in pain. Even in pain, Fan's mind races. With Lin Joey's support, I can openly provide drug formulas to wife Yeshu's company. Later that evening, the scene shifts to the airport. Fan waits impatiently. When will my wife Linglong arrive? The tension is palpable. Jaiho warns everyone. Stay alert. There are many enemies who don't want young Master Yi to recover. They might attack young Master Yi, or even old Master Le. Wang Fuguai is shocked. Old Master Le? He's part of the royal family and the national treasure of Great Jia. Could they really attack him? Li Hu confirms, "Absolutely. My subordinates spotted 20 to 30 unknown individuals nearby, including martial arts experts, some even above the martial control rank." Hearing these numbers, Wang Fuguai realizes the danger. Even if we all fought together, we couldn't stand against them. Seeing his team panicking, Fan analyzes silently. Relying on strength alone isn't enough. I need competent and fully loyal subordinates. He signals Jaiho. Jaiho immediately understands and orders Li Hu, "Eliminate the minor enemies first. Don't let them interfere with our main mission. Handle the ones you can manage, and leave the ones out of your reach for me. I have my own ways to deal with them." Fan orders. Li Hu immediately nods. "Understood." Meanwhile, Fan starts checking the flight, impatient for its arrival. The scene shifts, and we see the enemies. A fat thug nervously reports to his boss, "Sir, we've lost contact with most of our men. I'm afraid the Xia family subordinates have already taken him out." The boss, furious, asks, "How many of us are left?" The fat thug trembles, "Sir, only Skinny and I. Including you, there are just 3 of us left." Seeing his team wiped out, the boss flies into rage. He slaps the fat thug and shouts, "Useless trash. Is this what I taught you?" The fat thug grovels, begging, "Please, sir, don't be angry." But the boss realizes time is running out. There's no time left. Lu Qianju is about to get off the plane. He quickly makes a new plan and orders, "You go stop Fan and his group. I'll go stop Lu Qianju myself." The fat thug salutes. "Yes, sir," and rushes off. At the same time, the boss reveals his real intention. The cabinet elder ordered that Lu Qianju must be stopped at all costs. The scene moves forward. Finally, Yueling Long and Master Lu Qianju step off the plane. Seeing them, the hidden boss begins plotting. After all, he's a national-level master. The best strategy is to intimidate Lu Qianju first, force him to retreat. A dangerous expression forms on his face. But if Lu Qianju insists on entering Unity to save Fan, I'll kill him without mercy. Meanwhile, Fan spots them and shouts excitedly, "Look, they're coming out!" Suddenly, the fat and skinny thugs block their path. Skinny, full of anger, threatens Wang Fuguai. "How dare you ruin our plans? You've got a lot of nerve." Wang Fuguai tries to recognize them. "You guys." Before he can finish, the fat thug suddenly lunges at him with a sneak attack. Wang Fuguai barely dodges, shouting in shock, "Damn, a sneak attack!" Dodging the attack gives him a sense of the enemy's strength. A punch from him dents a pillar, and he realizes this is martial control realm. This guy is tough, almost my level. From the other side, Skinny jumps in with a powerful kick. Wang Fuguai barely dodges. Meanwhile, the fat thug sees an opening and lands a heavy punch squarely on Wang Fuguai. Shirao, tense, rushes over. "Are you okay?" Wang Fuguai hides the pain and spits, "Yeah, I'm fine." Then he thinks, damn, one against two martial experts. This fight is going to be tough. Their boss, watching from a distance, is quietly pleased. As long as Wang Fuguai and Xiaohou are occupied, I don't have to worry about that last idiot Fan. The boss has no idea who the real danger is. Suddenly, Fan, crying like a child, runs toward the boss, screaming, "Hey, big brother, why are you running? You took my toy. Get it back." Amidst this act, the fat thug charges at Wang Fuguai again. Wang Fuguai readies himself to stop him. Fan quietly picks up a stone and throws at the fat thug. The moment the stone hits, a miracle happens. The fat thug freezes mid-attack, thinking, "Why can't my body move?" Wang Fuguai is initially confused but immediately seizes the opportunity. Perfect chance. He lands a powerful punch, sending the fat thug crashing to the ground. Wang Fuguai, shocked, mutters, "Holy crap, did my dominating aura actually suppress the enemies from a distance and freeze them in place?" Seeing this, Skinny freaks out. Stammering, he says, "Impossible. This guy is clearly at our level." Terrified, he retreats, screaming, "Don't come any closer. Stay away from me." But Wang Fuguai isn't stopping. Soon, he beats Skinny as well, showing off his power. "What can you do now? I'm stronger than ever." Meanwhile, Fan screams from the other side, "He took my toy." The scene shifts. Fan is now running after the boss thug, crying like a child. "He stole my toy. He stole my toy. Don't run. Give it back." The crowd, watching Fan's act, surrounds the boss thug, shouting angrily, "You look so refined with your glasses, yet so shameless to steal from a child. Taking a kid's toy is so cheap. Stop running. Everyone, stop him together." Seeing the crowd against him, the boss thug runs, shouting, "Get out of my way." Internally, he thinks, damn, when did I take his toy? What's wrong with this idiot? I don't have time for these fools. Once I link up with my ally, we'll break Yueling Long's defenses and finish Lu Qianju. He looks back. Fan is still right behind him. First, I need to shake this idiot off. He activates his special technique to escape, divine movement, Jian release, jumping forward confidently. This light movement technique is my signature skill. He won't catch me, but the boss's mind is blown. Fan is still glued to his heels, shouting stubbornly, "Give me back my toy! My toy!" The boss is completely shocked. "How are you still right behind me?" Fan teases, "Big brother, why are you running? Are you guilty?" The boss panics. "No, I can't get distracted. I have to catch Lu Qianju." Seeing Lu Qianju ahead, he shouts, "Old Master Lei," and starts running, but Fan suddenly grabs his leg, pulls him down, and gleefully shouts, "Yes! Finally, I got you. Give me back my toy." Yueling Long, standing nearby, watches in shock. "Fan, why are you here?